All right, here we go. Stream number 5. Try to get through all the rest of the jam games tonight. Let's see how many we have left. I think it was 6. Or okay, no, we had 7. Still have 7 to do. What's the next one? Ah, Pulse Warp. Amika. I actually already played this one. My very first stream that I forgot to hit record on. I played Pulse Warp. I think I remember all the controls. Make sure the volume is at a good spot. Take it down a little bit. Oh, and he had there's a key for full screen. But Alt and Enter. Okay. Yeah. Really impressed by this one with the 3D. So what were my initial thoughts on this game? I really love the background. I think the background in this game is its biggest asset. I'm not sure if it was I don't think there was a shader involved in it. I'm pretty sure that it's just a background with different alpha values. So it's just a simple texture, but it does a lot of work for the game. That keeps adding. It makes it really feel like you're going fast, and as the stuff is streaming at you, it kind of gives it like a cross feel. And so it's not like I'm just driving straight down a tube. It looks like I'm actually in a cross section of something that's like a star, which is really good. Hit 3 lasers. Oh, I only hit 3 this time. First time I played it, I hit like every laser. It was like 50 before I got to the end. It actually went a lot quicker. Yeah, I love the feel to it too. It's got really snappy controls. Like I don't feel that the craft is really sluggish or slow. It feels really maneuverable. And the music changing too when you hit it and you slow down. You hit a laser and you accidentally slow down. It was really good too, because I think Micah did the custom music for it as well. So yeah, really solid game. I'm always like 3D in game jams, because it's something that I have not ventured into that yet. I mean, obviously, if you had more than just the lasers, it would make it better. But it also has a really good feel for adrenaline. You really get that sense of speed as things start whizzing by. It's just at the kind of when you get near the end, it's hard to judge where the lasers are going to be. You just kind of gotta sit in one. I think the trick is you gotta sit in one spot. You get close to the end and just pray that they don't randomly hit you. So yeah, really like the graphics. The background does a really good job. I guess the ship does kind of have like a pulsing laser effect on the back of it that I didn't notice before. That's really cool. Not super long, kind of a shorter game, and pretty simple. Just dodge lasers. So not much in the way of story. Not too much in the way of mechanics. I mean, it's pretty simple, but technically very impressive. Both the music and just the. But yeah, I think the MVP in this one is whatever the background texture is that was used and is wrapping around, or however that was layered. Get that effect of the kind of futuristic cyberpunk look streaming at you. I think that asset is what sets this game, makes it like 50 times, or I'm not gonna say 50 times, let's say 5 times better than it would be otherwise. And the purple and the green contrast really nicely too, so yeah, really good game overall. go ahead and call it there. I already got to the end twice, so don't remember what I gave it in my first playthrough, so I'm just gonna kind of shoot from the hip on what I think I gave it. I think as far as theme, if I start with a 2, the theme it fits it actually pretty well, so I'd give it a 3. Because it really does give you that feeling of adrenaline when you're going faster and you're trying to dodge lasers, and kind of when you get to the end and shaking. The screen shake effect really helps out a lot too. So it's not like fantastic, but it's definitely the theme of adrenaline is definitely there. Concept, it's pretty simple. I'd actually give it probably a 2 because it's just dodge the lasers, and that's pretty much it. Story, I don't think there was a story, so that would be a 0. Visuals, I'd give it a 5. It's especially that background and however you did that with the streaming forward worked really really well, and just the 3D effects where it was all cohesive, it all worked really well. The only ding that I might give on visuals, but I'm not gonna knock it down. The only I guess one nitpick I would say on the visuals is the bar. I think the bar at the top didn't seem to fit it as well. Like, it's a pretty simple bar for your progress at the top, and it's just not quite. It's there and it's serviceable. It's just not quite the same visual quality as it seems like the rest of the game. It seems pretty simple, which is fine. It doesn't need to be super complex, but it just doesn't quite match the rest of the visuals, it feels like. So I did even better that time. I think it was like 2 lasers or something. So yeah, that's the only like little gripe that I could have. But I mean, even that, it matches the colors on the ship. So I'm not. Oh, I didn't hit a single laser. Well, I guess I've won that game. So yeah, so I'd say definitely say 5 for visuals. Audio, I'd also say it was really excellent. I liked the custom soundtrack. I think that's what. Yeah, music was done by you, so had a great soundtrack. I liked the dips up and down, fit it really well, even if it was just one track. User experience, very straightforward. Knew exactly what I was going to be doing because the concept was rather simple, so there wasn't any in this tutorial or stuff that really felt out of place. So user experience was also excellent. Overall, so I would say overall it's definitely a 3. I'd put it at a 4, but since it didn't have any story really, and the concept was just one below, or concept was only at 2, I give it a 3. But yeah, good game. Definitely a top contender. All right, next one. Oh, what am I gonna do next? I'm gonna put down Son of a sandy area next to the ocean by S.T.K. Respite. All right, let's take a look at the README. Story. Stupid humans always throwing their invincible enemies to the sun. The sun is really tired of you. Me too, son. The sun is going to burn all the humans who don't take good care of their bodies or environment. Try to go to the beach without protection, you'll get burned. Don't take care of your trash, even your trash will burn. Don't mess with the sun or everything is going to burn. Okay. So how to play. So you're the sun. I really like this in the README, how you have it bracketed with this little things. It makes it a lot easier to go through. If I had the time to do that, that's I'll keep that in mind for next game jam. So hold the left mouse button and raise the temperature to make something burn. Spar for the energy the sun is using. If this becomes completely empty, you won't be able to shoot anymore until it's filled again. Okay. So you hold the left mouse button and then for the energy the sun is using, if this becomes okay. When you release the left mouse button, the energy recovers little by little if it's not all empty. Right mouse click on something to follow it with the right camera. Middle mouse button to stop following it. Between 13 hours and 16 hours, there's a power up for the sun, the max heat hours. And you do more damage. Okay. Sun will rise at 8 hours and set at 20 hours. We're going on military time. I have this time to burn everything. The adrenaline reaches its maximum. Okay, I was curious how adrenaline was going to fit into the sun burning people. The sun will be able to launch its special attack, 1,000 suns. It will burn everything on the screen, moving you onto the next beach. Okay. If time reaches the 20th, you lose. If adrenaline is empty, you lose. There's another way to lose. Code. Now, how many seconds there's in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yep. If it's not ChatGPT, it's just typing it in Google. I mean, the Google search is pretty much just AI at this point. Game music, Respite. That's all right. Awesome. A part of the Blue Crew. I think I was Crimson Guild last go around. No, this enemy is too powerful. What can we do? Don't worry, my friends. Let's use our final attack. Right, together. Friendship, power. And that's how they use their energy. Bad guy to the sun. Quite the face on the sun. I've already been patient with the dinosaurs. I'm gonna burn them all. Here we go again. Okay, so that's interesting. The oh, I like the interactivity of the eyeballs. Looking around. That's a neat little detail. The smile on the sun is a little disconcerting, but you know, I'm not the sun, so I don't know what my smile would be. Yeah, it's interesting that the sort of story cinematic was before the menu. Usually it's the other way around, but I think it worked just fine. Oh, can't go full screen. Okay, there we go. Now we can see it a little bit better. Oh, there's credits here too. You know what a hardcore like. Oh, so it goes back to the. Okay. Yeah, but there's a skip, so no problems there. The I was gonna say that the jammer or the really nasty critic would be like, oh my gosh, these pixels aren't the same size as the pixels on the bird and the person, so there's inconsistency in pixel size here. It's just but you know, I don't mind. How to play. Oh, okay, so wow, there's even a tutorial in here. On the sun. You can't shoot through the umbrella, so you gotta go down and nuke him firsthand. Oh. Solar protection. So I think you can burn the birds too. I like their screaming. Okay, so it seems like energy. Oh, wait, so I have to recharge. I put it over the sun in order to recharge. Oh, okay, so I click the sun in order to recharge. See, I'm just never good at I'm never good at reading stuff. Clean this place. Let's go to another beach. Now it's time to terrorize everybody down in Australia, right? Where did we clean up first time? That was Oh, can we nuke the bird? Oh, of course we can. If you died and you shouldn't have heard Hoppy, you're not playing anymore. Ah, so we found the One lose condition. Sorry. I appreciate that. Okay, wait. Maybe I should read. Okay, how to play. Click. Click to shoot. Click on the sun. Okay, so it is a click. Right click is. Oh, okay, so you can lock onto people. Seagulls are the rats of the sea. Yeah, except for like you never see seagulls at sea, right? Kind of catch-22. Back to Australia, terrorizing people in Sydney. I forget what it is for the special, like, solar attack. So you have full adrenaline. Birds are kind of tricky to hit. Careful we don't hit the VIP. Oh, so you click on him to just fire everything. Fire in every direction. Where'd he go? I wonder if that means we lose since we didn't hit him. I guess we keep going. I see the bird. Don't see him. Oh, so I did clean it. Okay. What happens? He's protected. Oh, he's protected by sunblock. Okay. What happens? He's dirty. Destroy the dirt to make an explosion. Shoot the dirt to explosion. Crash beach zone. Interesting how some of them are charging it. It's interesting how some of them are a little bigger than others, as far as the people are concerned. Fire everything. Can't shoot him. And the umbrellas definitely make it tricky. Seems like I can't shoot the piles of dirt though to make them explode. Oh wait, okay, that one did. It's kind of a small explosion radius. Oh, hit the bird again. Oops. Cannot play anymore. Click continue. Well, just apologize. Okay, actually, I'm gonna go back. I need to figure out how the red sun works. The energy recovers little by little if it's not all empty. If this becomes completely empty, you won't be able to shoot until it's filled again. Right mouse button on something to follow it with the right cam. Middle mouse button to stop following it. Power up for the sun, the max heat hours. You do more damage. Oh, maybe that's what I'm seeing between 13 and 16 is when it's red. If the adrenaline reaches its maximum, the sun will be able to launch its special attack, 1,000 Suns, that will burn everything on the screen, moving you to the next level. Okay, so if I reach maximum. Yeah, so red is when you're at your maximum power. It's interesting having to wait for them to come out of cover. Sometimes you have to wait until you get further down. I missed every shot there. I'm not sure what the right camera necessarily does, because it doesn't seem like it's a walk-on. I just fire it. It doesn't seem like it's just a, okay. Maybe that is what the red does, okay. Oops, nope, I hit the wrong button. We can blow through these levels pretty quick, and then we'll get to the other one. Not sure how many levels there are. If I didn't keep losing first levels, I'd get to the last one pretty quick. If you believe that, I got some oceanfront property. Sydney. I think the trick is to aim at the other side of the screen. See, I think adrenaline is full right now. I'm not sure why I haven't released this something. We'll have to focus on those, almost hit the bird again. The bird died to protect the person. I wonder if it's a valid strategy to just pump up your adrenaline on the easy targets, and then everybody else gets nuked, right, at some point? Oof, almost hit the bird again. Interesting that the energy goes down faster the more you do that. Okay, so it does trigger the sun's special thing. And has the power of 1,000 suns and everything burns. Okay, so that was the last level. I like the eyeballs on the various planets, even if the sun is a little disconcerting. It's very threatening, but then again, I mean, if it's burning everything. Okay. Good. So, things I like the most. I think that the look of it. I really like the intro, the story setup. I think that's the strongest part of the game, and the tutorials too. I think the sun and its animation really does a lot of work too, because you assume you just reuse that for all the tutorials, and the same in the same sprite, just used in different ways. So yeah, it's very complete. Skips and all of the little things in between. So I think that's its biggest point, is that it's a very complete game. Biggest thing I might change a little bit. The levels seem pretty simple. Like there's 3 levels. I think having the different mechanics is good. It seemed like there were quite a few umbrellas on the beach. Like the number of umbrellas on the beach kind of made it. Like in the first level, it's not too bad. But then in the 3rd level, there's quite a few umbrellas and stuff that you have to move around, and kind of gets a little hairy at the end to be doing all that. The adrenaline and energy is also it's interesting how they work together. The one goes up, and then the more adrenaline you have, the faster your energy depletes. So you kind of get to this point where they've both reached critical mass, where you're trying to click on the sun and then also click on the people. Theme. I don't know if adrenaline was really. It feels a lot like it was tacked on at the end, which you totally get, because adrenaline's kind of a difficult theme in my opinion. But yeah, the theme felt like it wasn't. It didn't make much sense. It was kind of tacked on to where it gave you your son's ultimate, but beyond that, it wasn't really a core gameplay loop or integrated in any way beyond that. So I think it was there. It was present. It was good, but I think there was probably a little bit of room for using it differently. So I'll probably put it at a 2. Concept: sun burning people on the beach. I always like a good barbecue. I think it's a interesting take, especially having the sun shoot the kind of like the bullets, and then having to dodge around the umbrellas to hit the various people. I think it's interesting concept. Story. I think the story was also good. I guess concept I'd put it 3. It was good. Story. Yeah, I mean there was a lot of story, and so yeah, I'd put it up at a 4. I think the story was excellent. I think having the different planets talking to each other kind of set the stage for why the sun is just nuking everybody. I think it was good. Visuals, also really high, even though it definitely looked like some of the pixel. It wasn't pixel gridlocked, which I don't know if that matters too much. Honestly, a lot of it did feel cohesive enough that it wasn't jarring. Um, like I noticed it, and that's probably just because game devs tend to notice things that they're told not to do, right? And every pixel art tutorial, or every tutorial that somebody puts out says, yeah, don't mix different pixel grids. They have to all be the same, which they can, but you can also make a game where it doesn't. So um, I think the visuals are definitely a 4. Audio, everything, audio felt good. Clicking on the things, skipping, hovering over UI. I think the audio was good. User experience, it had the tutorial, you had the README. It was all very straightforward. So the user experience was actually excellent, I think. It really helped guide the player into, even if I didn't read it um, completely as much as I should have, and I didn't understand some of the mechanics, like the sun burning. I don't think that was I don't think that was the game. I think that was probably a me thing. So overall, I would give it, I'd give it a 3. I feel like I could bump it up to 4 if I could give it a 3.5. I'll give it a 3.5, but I don't know if I would quite say 4, just because of the theme was a little bit lacking, and then the concept. So yeah, I'd say a good 3.5 to 4. All right, next game. a game called Adrenaline in a jam where the theme is adrenaline. By Gaido. I think that's how you say your name. Gaido. Read me. Herman Ageld. Herman Ageld. During the jam weekend, music, common license before jam, sounds were before the jam, and then the font was before the jam. Okay. No AI trash. Have some respect for you and other people. There should be an exclamation point there, right? Yeah. All right. I guess we'll just jump right in then. Do not save that. Oof, really small. Oh, okay, it went full screen. Awesome. Yeah, that's a pretty official feeling menu there. The flashy start game, quick game. I really like that kind of faded backwards E and the A on the sides of it too. Kind of gives it a reflective feel just to the title. Attempt 1. Okay, so run, jump. Not sure what the ball did. Okay. Yeah, now the reflections on the sides are a little trippy. I guess it's a gesture that I'm playing as. What's that? Oh, I am toast. This fills up the red bar, so I'm assuming the goal is to get the red bar filled all the way to the top. Okay, so we fall down there, I don't see anything. Can't go that way. No double jump, there's just the ball that you roll up into. Okay, so you can't fall all the way to the bottom. Attempt 3. First attempt, we figured out that spikes hurt you. Who knew? Second attempt, we figured out that, yeah, you fall all the way down to the bottom, die. Who knew? That's interesting. So if I release it mid-air, then he keeps, yeah, not sure what the ball form does, but I'm assuming we'll figure it out at some point. It's interesting that the jump can't move once you're in the air, you can't change your trajectory at all. So you have to jump and move at the same time. Kind of a different mechanic for movement. I'm not sure if I per se like it or if it's gonna be bad. Oop. Like that, I overshot. Way overshot. I couldn't stop midair. Very interesting that it could lead to very deterministic kind of gameplay if you miss a particular jump. There's not a backing for the top of the jump. Be able to estimate like this jump just right. You're kind of toast. Might be a good might be actually be an advantage. Oops, missed it. Because then you just go through, and I would have to assume that the developer put these at a spot that was ideal for each one, so I don't have to. As long as I get to the edge of a platform, I can always be guaranteed to get there. Oops, nope. There's probably a lot of these hidden around here then. The trick is to be moving and then hit the jump button. Oops. Nope, wrong one. It would seem, based on what I've seen, that rolling into your ball form does not make you invincible. I don't see anything over on the other side, so I'm going to assume that there's not anything there. This could be tricky. Nope. Temp 6. I'm gonna have to. It looks like it's a 100% thing. You have to go from 0 to top. Not seeing any adrenaline bar, which is makes me wonder how adrenaline was going to be used as a theme. I'm on the second step. I do that. Okay. Interesting. So if I jump when I'm on the platform, if I jump straight up, oh, I have to, okay. That's why it's kind of odd. I don't move with the platform. It's a different, different take. Yeah, the whole, you have to be moving before you can actually jump in a direction is interesting. There's sometimes I feel like it's gotten me into a lot of trouble, other times it's kind of showed me the path forward. The music feels very gestury though. And I'm liking the, whatever effect it is you have on the pixels here. It's really cool. I don't know if that's like an outline that I'm seeing. Hey, we got it. There's gonna have to probably be like an order, I'm guessing, to getting all of these things, because there's some spots down below it felt like I wouldn't be able to get back up from. Oof. Yeah, that one's gonna be interesting. Because you can't jump and then try to get through there, you have to... We're going this way this time. I guess this is the way back up, right? Exploring down here further. Nope, that's the pit of death. You've been here before. Looks HD and I'm used to low quality, but it's just that this game already has a very low. Yeah, the game already has a really low resolution, so it's kind of a retro effect. Which is really cool. I don't know if it, hopefully it's coming through Twitch just fine. It's like this faint outline, I think, on the pixels, which makes it. Why did I do that? Onto spikes. Going this way is definitely a lot harder, I think. I wonder if the ball mechanic is going to be used later on for... Because it doesn't give you invincibility frames. Oops. Nope, wasn't moving. Okay, that one's done. I thought I was like way over here. It's not. Let's see what's about these platforms here. Yeah, that was dangerous right there. Oops. Yep. down the hatch. There must be a lot more higher up. Which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all of them. Nope. This looks like I fell through the platform. The platform holds you until you move. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to say the control scheme is bad. It's just a bit different than what I usually expect. Oops. Because there's no changing mid-flight. It's wherever you jump from. That's where you're going to end up going that far. There's no return. Yeah, like that. You can't go back a little bit in order to try to stay on the ledge. You're just, as soon as you jump, your trajectory is set. I think I'm gonna have to come back that way, so I'm just gonna go this way first. Okay, attempt 15. We'll give ourselves like 25 attempts, and then we'll call it good. So start on the bottom. See if we can. Yeah, that one right there is a killer. Oh, that one right there is another killer. I gotta watch for. It's a little bit of platformer combined with what are those games where you have to remember a pattern? Yeah, it's a little bit of that. You have to remember, oh, okay, at this spot right here, I have to make sure that I get all the way to the edge, versus, okay, I need to not be at the edge at this one. Guess it just didn't go far enough. Yeah, I'm guessing there's about like 20 vials or something hidden throughout the level that you have to get. I've died probably 10 times to that jump right there. I keep forgetting I got a no jump in the center of it. Not even worth picking up the one at the start. I can't make this jump. Like, I can see where you could go really fast if you... If you memorize the pattern perfectly, you can go really fast through it. Yeah, like that one right there. Nope. Nope. That one right there is more of a guesstimate to make. Let's try to be slow with this one. Instead of trying to go a little bit faster, we'll just creep along. Okay, for this one, I gotta jump about right there. Things down here aren't so tricky. Just gotta jump at the very edge of this one here, which is a little bit. Nope. So if you're in ball form, okay, that's an interesting thing to note. When you're in ball form, you can't change trajectory. When you're falling, you can. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I just need to send it and just run off instead of actually jumping. Got jump. Down right there is tricky because you gotta get like to the very edge. Sometimes it seems like it works, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, last one. We'll do 25 and then we'll call it good for this game. I don't think there's any way, based on my... Nope. I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm not going to get through and just get all of the files that I need to, so... I don't know if there's a end game to it. I assume there is some sort of... either like a boss battle at the end, or something like that, but I can't really say. Because I don't know if I have the time to go through and get to 100% on this one. Yeah, not with my skill level being what it is. Sure, yeah, Kitsune. You want to give a tip? Be totally fine. Is this your game, or is this... Yeah, by Gaido. Don't know if it's the same. Nope. There's probably more up top that I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to get to. Try just getting to the top. See where it goes. Not worry about vials. Jump down here. Oh, I guess you have to go up and over. In order to get to the top, it looks like you have to go this way. Yeah, having to walk while you're on the platform is kind of a trippy thing. Oops. Okay. I was going to stop at 25 and went to 30, so... Oh. Yeah, graphics, the start and pause menus are really top tier too, so... Pity that my platforming skills are not up to snuff. More than change direction while normal falling. Do you mean like a, so if I'm falling, I wonder if it's spacebar that I have to press. Oh, you can jump while you're in the air. Straight down the same place. Okay, so it does store your data too as you go. So it looks like the trick is to jump and then not do that. As if a tip is going to make me better at the game. No tips can help me. My abysmal platforming skills. Give it one or two more shots and then. Yeah, so I gotta keep moving in a certain direction when I do that. Maybe there are other platformers that do this control scheme, but I'm just not used to them. Or I've never played. I don't think I've ever played one that has this kind of a control scheme. I can see where a speedrunner would just eat this up, though. Down right there is tricky. Get like right to the pixel edge. Unless I'm doing it wrong. Oh yeah, because I'm not doing the tip. Yeah, sometimes it feels like the controls are too tight going off an edge, but I think that's just a me problem. Trying going up this way now that we have the armed with knowledge. Right into the spikes. Okay. Yeah, so thing I like the best, I really like the pixel art. The kind of shadow grid effect around each pixel, or whatever that pixel style is. Maybe it's you're making pixels with like high-res pixels with a texture to them and like a glow. That's really cool. I really like the feel of it. It has kind of like a neon feel. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I like in the game. Thing that I would change. I don't know if I would change it, but the control scheme is obviously different than what I'm used to. Not having, I don't think it had WASD. So let's see. Oh no, wait, it does. Okay, I'm going crazy. I did have WASD. I was just using arrows because I'm crazy. But yeah, thing that I would change. I mean, maybe make it easier, but I'm not good at these sorts of platformers, so I don't know if I actually would change that. Theme. I didn't see adrenaline. Maybe it was further up in the game, at some point that I wasn't able to get to. But beyond using adrenaline as sort of a kind of a placeholder where you're trying to get the player to feel adrenaline through the gameplay, that's the only way I see adrenaline being used here. Concept. I think having the jester just as a thematic sort of concept running around with the hat and whatnot. I really like that. That was good. I'm not sure where it was going. Probably didn't get there, so I'll give it a definite 3. Story. I don't think there was any story, at least that I was able to get to. So, I guess that's probably a 0 because yeah, I'm not sure why. Well, okay. I guess I'd give it a 1, at least a 1, because there's like some inbuilt story with him being a jester. It's just never explained like what that story is. So there's like the beginnings of a story, but it has room for growth. Probably with an end game that I didn't see. I'll probably have to go check out Alice's one of her play or yeah one of his playthroughs because I think he got all the way to the end, and I'll have to see. I might adjust these accordingly if depending on where the game progresses. Somebody who has better skills than me. Visuals, excellent. I thought they were really good. Actually, I'd say even maybe a 5. That whole style of kind of sub-textured pixels with like grids around them and whatnot is really interesting. Give a really unique, distinct effect that maybe that's in other games that I just haven't played, but I haven't seen that before, and I think it's really cool. Audio felt really good. All the jumps, all the hits, even the menu clicking was really good. It's definitely a 4 on that one. User experience, very straightforward, right into it. I didn't have any control tips at the beginning, but it's a simple enough control scheme that I don't think it needs it. But it had menus, exit, full screen, so really good user experience. Overall, I'd rate it like a 3.5, but I don't know, maybe 4-star. I feel like 4-star. I'll probably set it at a 3, and when I go back through and take a look at it, um, if there's more story kind of towards the end, or there's more theme that comes into play at the end, it could easily jump up to a 4. But I think for now, 3 is pretty fair. So yeah, good game. All right, next one, Chaos TV. Make a mark in the chat so that I know where to set the Chaos. I'm gonna mark in the chat so I know where to set the timestamp to. By Miko, MatthewPattel, and MustacheMan. 3 people. No readme, so I'm just gonna jump right in. Oh yeah, and Kitsune, if you have, I don't know which game was yours, but if I haven't played yours yet and you want me to, just let me know. Oh, that's interesting. The hand pointing to the things. I like that menu design. Credits. Dell, MustacheMan. Okay, so 3 people. Roles. A is left, D is right. That's it for the controls. Okay. Guess we just jump in and see what it is exactly. Okay, so it looks like a skiing. Okay, so it's a bunch of like different little games all put together. That's interesting. I like the occasional scan lines going through the television. Skiing. Now, if this is real skiing, I would just run into somebody, right? Yeah, that back and forth with the controls is a little interesting. How like things have a lot of momentum to them. The skiers and the bikes. This game is also kind of doing that little that that scan lines around, or the grid around the pixels, which is interesting. The goal is to just basically go through all the different channels. I wonder if there's only 2 games. It seems like there's racing, and then there is it's like there's skiing, and then we have racing. Maybe there's going to be another one, but it doesn't seem like it. It would appear that we are... Looks like there's 2 mini games per mission, which I wouldn't be surprised based on like all of the other like how many other things there are, all the other little attention to detail things, like the television zoom in and the fire when cars hit each other, and then even just like this whole intermission and the static field takes a lot of time. Yeah, Kitsune, if you I don't know which one is yours, but I'll do that one next if interested. Okay, back. So one more shot. One more try to get a higher score this time. Get to the... See if there is a third one, if you get up high enough. Or if it is just between the 2. Yeah, it has... going back and forth, these have a lot of momentum. Oh, that's interesting. It has... Oh, so much for that. I was going to say it had a lot of... has a lot of momentum when you're going back and forth. Like sliding. Yeah, there's a lot of weight, and when you go like that, okay, it leaves tire tracks. That's a nice little detail. Tire tracks that it leaves on the pavement when you make sharp turns. What's interesting is that it switches from the character being at the bottom of the screen going left and right to now the character's at the top of the screen going left and right. So it's a little bit of a switch on the brain when you go from one program to the other. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's non-intentional. Oof. I went left when I should have gone right. I think that was a no-win scenario there. Yeah, okay. Well, I think thing I like the most is very cohesive. Like all the pixel art and the all the little like animations between going into the TV and then coming back out with the intermission, zooming in and out, really work well. The very well polished, even just like down to the little record button on the television and the tire screeching. Like the graphics and the whole graphical package is very consistent. I don't know how I lived through that one. So yeah, all the little attention to detail is great. Things that would change. The one kind of little nitpick, which it's kind of neither here nor there, but when you hit back, it'd be nice if it went back to just the television, like you zoomed back to this menu here, as opposed to going back to the right now. Let me just crash. You hit back, it goes to the Chaos TV logo, and then back to the main menu. So if it was something more like you crash, it could just goes and you hit back, it goes straight back to the this menu right here. Just that would make your playthroughs go a little bit faster, a little bit snappier. So, yeah, those are the only things that really changed. Theme. I don't know if there's much in the way of adrenaline. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think. Like, it's supposed to be high stakes adrenaline things going on, like race cars and the skiing. But honestly, the pace at which the cars are going, or it feels like your car and your skier are going kind of slow. So there's not much in way of adrenaline. If you're talking about the adrenaline theme being what your adrenaline that you're causing in the player as they're playing the game. There's not much in to raise it because the cars are going kind of slow and the skier is going kind of slow. So I'd say definitely probably a 2. Concept. I like the idea of having the TV with multiple little mini games in it. If they'd gotten just like a couple more mini games into like extreme sports or whatnot, I think that would have dovetailed nicely with the theme and really amped it up a bit. But so I think it's a really good concept. Story. I don't. Yeah, there's not much of story. I guess there's. I mean, it's there because you're watching television, and I don't know how much of a story you really need for that. It actually is a. It's not much of a story, but it's kind of like a whole game conceit, which funnels into the story of you watching television. So it's kind of like a meta story, which is actually kind of cool. So I'll give that a 3. Visuals really really good, excellent. Um, like yeah, I think even maybe a 5. All the little transitions in between the things and um, all the shaders, really good. Audio, everything seemed to have a decent amount of audio. Um, music, the static, yeah, that was a 4. Definitely up at a 4. User experience, apart from the little thing that I was talking about there, having the really simple controls left and right worked really well. Really easy to get into, really easy to understand. Yeah, so I'd say user experience was a 4. So overall, I'd rank it pretty highly. I'd give it a 4. I almost knock it down to a 3 just because the theme isn't really there. Theme could use a little bit more, and the story isn't super clear. But yeah, I think I'll give it a. I'll put it at a 3. Great. Well, yeah. I guess if I was to average it out, it'd be 4. So we'll set it at a 4. So yeah, good job, good game. All right, let's see here. Let's do a search actually. Like Kitsune had you worked on Alice's game. Okay. Um, Ice Buster. Okay, yeah, we can just do that one straight up. Let me put in a timestamp. Ice Buster. Good. Oh, looks like some sort of a red symbol. All right, go into the README. Game by Alice and Kitsune Fox, made for Game Maker Jam 55. Build and steer a ship to take down the nefarious Nervico Company. Point and click mouse to shoot. Press W to move forward, AD to move sideways, S to move backwards. Sounds like a spaceship shooter. Fortunately, display settings are only available from the pause menu and cannot be changed. Some cuts had to be made. Yeah, the plague of every single game jam made ever. What do you cut? What babies do you throw out with the bathwater? Okay, so it is Alt and Enter to full screen. Awesome. This game is stupid, and I hope so are you. No game, if there is any sort of a game semblance, is stupid. Am I stupid? Yeah, probably. My platforming skills certainly are. Programming mostly done by Alice with Kitsune help. Works made by Alice and a little bit by Kitsune. Right. Font used in title screen is Quantum. Okay, so it looks like Kevin Glode. I think is he the same guy that does the Infinity 8-bits Infinity Jam? I think he is. It's actually going on right now. Think of it. CreativeCommons.org. Okay. So a lot of the songs were not handmade, and but they were edited for somewhat proper looping. Sound generators and freesound.org. Awesome. Jump right in, and then we'll read the afterword later. That'll be a. Oh wow, that's an interesting color palette. I like the mauve. That mauve kind of background. It looks like a city when I'm looking at it, based on the outlines, shades. Maybe that's maybe I got too much Batman on the mind right now because I'm going through Arkham Asylum. Okay, learning the ropes. Actually, curious if there was a. If click anywhere to continue, press Control N. Delete saved progress. Okay. It looks like we got a tutorial going through the basic methods of taking down Nervous Corporation. Lots of shooting. None of the lethality, or at least so the ethics department claims. Dummy, an inferior version of the basic enemies. Looks like there's a hangar. Click on ship module to see description and purchase. Drag and drop module to place it on the ship, or click on the ship module to remove it. Simple, straightforward attack in the gun's direction. Support. Okay. Okay, so I have $1,000. Get a pain booster. Increase the damage of all weapons by 15%. Modules stack additively. Lead magnet mildly increases radius and pull of coins collection by 30%. Multiple modules stack additively. Costs $1,500. They can't afford any of this stuff. Weapons, just simple point and click and just one ship. Paper airplane. Okay, so we're a paper airplane. Maybe it's not a space shooter, but more like a kindergarten shooter. Hangar. Looks like the thing wants me to click right there, but I don't think that that's correct. Oh wow, okay. Okay, so it's a little bit like Asteroid. They're all the enemies and their spawners. Oh wow. The front deck real quick. They're spawners. These things are the spawners. Interesting controls. The shield effect is really cool. When it takes impacts. Try again. Okay, let's see. Situation, you declare all enemies in the spawners. The spawners get more damaged. It gets faster under pressure, so make sure not to let it live too long. Okay, so they do destroy after a little while. I was wondering if like I wasn't doing it It's and them spawning at different angles, really good. I can't just sit there and camp it. Okay, hanger. We got $1,200 now. I can get one of these. Right click on the modules. Got it. I can't afford this stuff yet, which I think I'm gonna hold off and get that stuff here later. Entering the fray. This company focused on mental health services. They soon found out exploiting people's weaknesses is much more profitable than treating them. No real life examples going on anywhere at the moment. First followers affiliates to infiltrate the company. The bloodthirsty. These level art affiliates will latch onto you in an attempt to reach the net profit levels. Not very dangerous individually, but approaching. Okay, so these are the leeches. Stuff with nutritional supplements or skincare products you never needed. So Mary Kay, we are now fighting Mary Kay. Okay, let's see here. Almost like ramming them might be more effective than actually fighting them. That's probably why I didn't have much money last time. I didn't collect all of it. I mean, you actually have to collect money in order to make money. Who knew? Okay, the one thing I'm kind of missing is just the basic impact sound for the ship when it hits, when I destroy another ship, like some explosion when they blow up. Now they're running circles around me. I could just sit back here and tank it from a distance. Yeah, the controls are interesting. Because I think they're relative to whatever direction you're facing. Forwards, backwards. Which, you get pretty good at that. Okay, there's still 2 spawners left. Okay. Stop shooting me. I think the first thing I'm going to get is a magnet so I can all this loot better. As a curiosity, I made the shield effects solely on GameMaker Studio 1 with the sprite editor glow and animation effects. Is that because GameMaker Studio 1 is easier to see the... Or did you just copy and paste the code? I think a lot of the code is, what I remember, is still compatible with GameMaker Studio 2. But it's been a long time since I've opened up GameMaker Studio 1. I appreciate the indicator showing me where not only the ships are, but it switches to from the spawners to the ships once the ships are, or once the spawners are gone. That's a really good, really helpful. Good quality of life thing. Awesome. Anger. Now we have 300. Drunken Dart creates a drunken bullet to move sideways so there's a wider angle the target can be hit with. Scientists are still debating whether it's effective. This modest increases the coin earnings by 30%. Okay, so if I get a lead magnet, Looks like I can't drag it onto other modules. Jaw. Honest investment. Oh, we have another one. Crossfire fighter. More focused fire. 300 shields. That's 5,000. Well, we're probably gonna have to wait then. Let's get that one. Maybe we'll just get a magnet. There we go. Should we earn more money? Yeah, we don't have enough money to... Takes money to make money. Frenzied. They go around in order to spread the outrage. Their actions aren't targeting against anyone in particular, but it's still easy to get caught in the vitriol. That's probably because I ran into the thing. My shields seem to be pretty generous, so... I feel like this is probably meant more for a... meant for like a twin stick kind of setup. Opposed to keyboard and mouse, but... You gotta keep them from hitting you. Running into you, that's the issue. Going down. We should kill the green ones first, that's the... here. Just need to get good at strafing too. Be a thing. I don't know, it seems like there's not really much of an indicator for how much the, how much health I've taken off of the spawners. So I'm not, maybe I'll have to just pay closer attention. But yeah, I guess there's kind of like a little bar on it. I think that's what it shows, how much health it still has. I might have unleashed too many of them all at once. Nope. So many bullets everywhere. Yeah, definitely crashing into them is the... causing the issues. Like it seems like my shield can tank the bullets just fine. It's the kamikaze runs that are getting me. Yeah, no, oh, those green ones are... Let's see what it says. Outrage, okay, so it's not... Yeah, some sort of little popping sound effect when you shoot down the ships, or they're, or do damage to them. That would go a long ways. Oh, it blends a lot. Yeah, just a little bit harder to see, but then I know what I'm looking for. The AI is pretty good. The speed of their strafing is pretty... It's just enough to get me. Curious if my fire off screen affects other. I assume it does. I would assume the bullets don't despawn until they're out of the room, as opposed to they're just off the screen. Yeah, probably should take up my damage too. That'd be one of the things that would help out the most. It seems like they come out of the woodwork when I get the most damage. Looks like my health goes up. I'm not sure why my... Doesn't look like it's on a timer thing. I think the health is something that I gathered up. Which would be interesting if there's gatherables. Doesn't seem to drop anything that gotta make sure nobody rams me again. I'm conflicted. It's a little bit. It looks like space, but it's also a bunch of kind of has a like I'm inside a human person vibe. Weapons. I don't think a support weapon can go over here, can it? Main booster. Okay, so those can go in the ship module. Maybe we buy another one of those. Full module stack additive. Okay. Try that. Just blew all our money. Okay, so here's the menu. I think this was the last mission, it looks like. Oh, I was just doing mission number 2 last time. That's why. Because the last one's background was not green. That's why I didn't unlock a new mission, because that wasn't the latest and greatest mission. There's ones that come out and just go kamikaze are the toughest ones. Take out all the green stuff first, I think. That's probably the best idea. The green guys don't seem to fly at you kamikaze style, so it should be the easiest to destroy. Hopefully it won't just cause bullet hell. I suppose one method would be to just farm out the They all gang up on me like that. That's when it really gets nasty. Go up here. Corner. They spawn up on me. Yeah, the hexagon background is really does a lot of work for selling the helping with geometry and where you are in the room. Doesn't look like there's any option to go to the hangar sooner rather than later, which is interesting. I guess I could go back. The idea is I could go back and farm the lower levels, right? A lot of bullets. A bullet sponge. And we go down here. And tactically take out the green one. And the other green one. Not that I don't think... Honestly, I don't think that the green ones are the problem. It's these red ones that just... they're all the problem. Oh. One more shot. Try being tactical. Take out the green spawners first. Take out the other ones. The constant stream of bullets going. Yeah, the fact that they crash through your shields and take out your ship, the hardest part. The red ones. Because them ramming you doesn't, shields don't affect it. Or the shield doesn't stop them. I'll also just kind of wait until our shield gets to max before we move on to the next one. Oh, stop ramming me. Earned almost $2,000 so far. Do I have 4 spawners? Should be enough for another gun at least. Back off and let my shields heal up a little bit. Oh, my shields are going up really fast right now. Maybe it's when I'm not shooting, that's when the shields go up way fast. Oh, okay. If I'm shooting, the shields don't go up as fast. Good to know. You can kind of tank it a little bit. I thought I already killed that one. Or maybe that was the last one. Okay, so we did get the money from it, so we're not. What we really need is more weapons. That right there. Yeah, it's a little more bullets. I don't know if it's going to be a lot more damage. What we need is offensive fire. Green ones really hurt them. Oh. Get up really close, we can just... Because we can't quite get all three of them trained on the same place. Gain shield. And then continue on. Saturate the screen with bullets. That's the trick. Just play it all as a full-on bullet hell. I guess there's a little bit of a sound when you destroy the spawners. Yeah, these 3 guns is definitely the way to go as opposed to just the one. How, yellow shields. And then for this one. Got 2 more? 2 more spawners. Figuring out the controls is a little bit janky. Because using the WASD to... It's kind of counterintuitive. I mean, it makes sense. But from the playing perspective, it feels a little odd when I press the right. When I'm facing down and I press right and I go left. Get used to it after a while, but it's kind of hard to control at the outset. 8 enemies left. Yeah, I mean, if there's as many levels as it was kind of indicating at the front of in the mission select screen, it could be quite the a lot of content. Wow. I'll keep my weapons? Oh, I do. Shift for attack in the gun's direction. Cost 5,000. Damage module. This one do fiery thrusters, increase the ship's speed. Okay. Iron magnets, 60%, 30%. Yeah, there's a lot of upgrades. Doing their job. Service E against us now. Dawdling, like a worm. Service employees who just wait for the shift to end. Around them, the time seems to flow much more slowly. Not actively harmful, but they will retaliate with a focused bundle of insults they learned from their customers. Wow, so they all converge at one point. That's interesting. Yeah, these 3 with a a lot of serious firepower there. 6 spawners. Yeah, spawners go down so much faster with these front-facing guns. It's almost crazy. Probably also just the damage increase in the ship. Upgrades make the game easier. Who knew? Whoa. Spawn. Get out of here is what we need to do. Need some shield. It looks like the shell, the worms, they, not sure if I can actually kill them. Oh yeah, okay, I can. It's just if you're in the radius, you get pelted. You gotta have full shields. Lots of bullets. Two more spawners? Oh, yeah, down here. Tank this one. Destroy that one, and then we just have to mop up everything. We have, wow, 16,000. We're gonna be set. There's a lot of content, given the, I can see why maybe you didn't have a chance to do as much work on the menus, just because there's so much, lots of different enemy types, different ship types. Sure, there's probably a module that upgrades the shields too. The shield seems to be the real MVP here. Without shields, we're toast. Not sure why, but it seems like there's a cooldown on the gun. But if that's something that I'm doing, or if it's actually built into the game. The music's really good too. It fits. Have to make a note of the next level if it music is the same. It's different music. Oh, hit me. Keep the money? Yeah, keep the money. Scatter shot. We suffer from the added instability. Let's try some of these. There's a lot more wild bullets just kind of flying everywhere. Good. Keep them from ramming into me as much. Yeah, I have to make a note. The green ones, the drunken bullets, seem to be doing a good job. It's like mass area effect. So maybe I'll just switch to drunken bullets for everything. One more left. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bullets, but the really smooth. They feels like the game's running at 120 FPS or something like that. That's how smooth it is. Just these red ones are the real killers. Red ships are the ones that need to die. Two more spawners. A lot more money this round too. Standing on top of the spawner is not where I want to be. 18 enemies left. $19,000. I think provided we don't run into another shell, we should all I have to do is mop up the rest of these guys. So many bullets everywhere. But the shield seems to hold, so. Just gotta be careful between going in to shoot them in their face. Two more enemies. It seems like the money collection is satisfying. Just doesn't go ship fast enough, it feels like. Maybe that's just because I don't have the cannon comb. Yeah, I'm guessing if there is a third level magnet, that's probably where it'll feel the best. Well, 50,000. Next, the Ravenous. Running the way, friends and foes alike, make sure not to run with their jaws or things end real bad, real fast. The bloodthirsty and the frenzied can be devoured by the Ravenous. Okay, so they're kind of like natural enemies or something. So I'm supposed to go in and buy more stuff, but I guess we'll just see how it goes. 16 spawners. Wow, that's gonna be a lot of spawners. Whoa, a lot of spawners down in that corner. We're gonna have to be more strategic in our. Boats that approach the target on their own for those who are too lazy to aim. Oh well, that's us. By that. And as far as support, with the level 2 magnet, laptop charger increases the shield regeneration rate by 20%. It's kind of tempting. Oh, but it's a lot slower. See where if we get the next ship over, that's when these will come in really handy. I wonder if it prioritizes ships, or it looks like it prioritizes wherever you're, whatever's closest. Maybe let the shields regenerate. Looks like they have a turret that unfolds. I think we have spawners in each corner, I think, for this level. Murdered. Street. Shield catch up. Keep going. Probably just more damage output is what I really need. I mean, these homing shots are really doing work. But I mean, oh, finger. 6 points per second. You generate hull, you cannot fire the weapons. Oh, we'll get that one. Put that on there. I think take away the magnet, we'll get another damage upgrade. And what we really need are some those drunken dart. Yeah, drunken dart. There's 2 of them. We'll try that. That seems like a lot of firepower. Chew through these things faster. Oh yeah, way better. Yeah, because I'm the kind of player that now that I have something that I can just go sit in a corner and heal up my thing with. So just come over here, heal up a little bit, and then like we're restarting the level, only we have fewer spawners. I'll get rid of these red ones. They feed the Ravagers too. Okay, shields are bad. Get rid of this and we'll recharge our shields. Oof. Not too close. 13,000? I don't think we really need another. I guess a level 2 would be good. Oh, that didn't last long. One hit. Red ones, got a purple one. Having a level 2 magnet on there is definitely going to help with the earnings. I just want the more damage. Seems to be working out better though. That extra ship module. Let's not kill that one first. Interesting mechanic trying to kill the. I think it works really well having the spawners where the more you hit them, the faster they spawn things. So you can't really just blanket an area, you gotta be a bit strategic, and I have to take out this one, then I have to take out that one. How much money? We need $50,000 for the new ship, so. I'm curious to know if they have a maximum number of ships that they spawn and they stop. If we need shields. It's just basically Niagara Falls of bullets. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of game here. The way that the README made it sound was that it was going to be unfinished or along those lines, but it has not been my experience thus far. Yeah, there's even a level 3. Wow. 50,000. Really in depth. Generative biosteel. Like second to last, 40. You but rise up the manager ranks by collecting more and more money. The higher the rise, the more troublesome weapons they get to use. They get to the executives themselves. 14 spawners. Got the worms too, so be interesting. The executives with their hands reaching in the pockets kind of graphic. Back off a little bit. Love. Gotta be methodical. Probably not the way this game is meant to be played, methodically, but run away and collect gems. I saw the one executive had like a blue thing on him. What if that means that he was like more upgraded? He had a red too. Couple executives. Generate hull, regenerate shield. Oh, another executive spawner. The CEO himself. one more spawner. Oof. I hit one and then he dies. Okay. Good to know. F33. Okay. Executives cannot be touched. No touch the shoot. No touch the suit. Oh, got me. Actually, we'll go missions. Had enough money. Nope, 41. What else could I upgrade? I guess I could get another drunken dart. Quick draw increases the fire rate of installed weapons by 25%. %75%. Ooh. We'll try installing that one. That should help. Just a wall of lead. But the best defense is good offense. Full firepower. So the executives really aren't that hard, other than you just have to avoid hitting them. It doesn't seem like they shoot anything at you, so. Just gotta make sure you dodge their kamikaze runs. Instantaneous death. My shield is way down. Good, I'll wait for that puppy to recharge. He's firing like crazy. Oh, he seems pretty tough too. We're quite beating there. Oh, so they like pick up the gems. Nothing happened there. We are now in the money. We are millionaires now. So I can just wait for the executives to collect it all and then knock them off at the end. Okay. Seems like capitalism in action. Except if it's capitalism, I'd be charged on my income. At 200,000, that's gonna be. Looking forward to a new ship. Probably all the upgrades too. I'm guessing. As long as I don't die, should have this one in the bag. Oh, there's another big one. We should probably let our shields recharge first. Before we really try to tango smaller ones. Six enemies left. Oh yeah, he had a ton of money too. Three more. And they're dead. Oops, nope. Back to missions. Insidious. Not to get too close. If your weapon is stolen, you have to take down the one who took it. Oof. Okay. This one I thought I had. Well, how much money do I have? I have 3 million. Okay. Never such a thing as too many weapons. 1,000 hull, 1,000 shields, 1 primary, 8 weapon support, 1 support only. Now I can just equip everything. Let's see. Want serious. Drunken darts. 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. For the primary, we're gonna want serves your enemies on a silver platter, freshly greased. I'll have to try that one. Support. On to maximum damage. Some of those. Modules stack additively. Let's try 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's the never-ending flood. It's just bullets everywhere all the time. Shredded. Just no chance. What does he say in Oppenheimer? I am now become death, the destroyer of spawners. There ain't nothing that's gonna get close enough. Do anything. You're what they like to call untouchable. Unless something sneaks up from behind. It's called the everything dies now. Probably do a build where you just sit in the middle and just everything gets killed from just random spawn bullets. But this is, you know, it's like directing a tsunami. It does look like, okay, so the bullets do actually have a certain effective range. They do spawn after a little while. in Lord of the Rings, the will of the drunken bullets could not be undone. Hordes and hordes. 6 more. Yeah, an impressive number of mechanics in this game. Oh, we still have another one. Okay. I thought that was the last one because it was the top. I guess not the Magnificent. I don't know if there's really much more that we could do to shield regeneration. I don't feel like we need that though. Point and click. Yeah, the drunken ones just do so much more. Not sure what this one really did, so I think I'm just gonna replace it with another. One of those. Just go full on drunken. We should get 2 of these. I don't think we need them. I already don't feel like I'm using my nano drone. I mean, I'll keep it for now, but let's see. Let's see how much of a chance he stands. 32 spawners. Just melting. Look at me, I am the executive now. We're downsizing rapidly. No chance. No contest. We're all gone. Very satisfying. Just a wave of bullets. There's another spawner down here, missed? Oh yeah, okay, there's a bunch of spawners. Spawners be gone. I think he took something, but I took it right back. Okay, interesting. Fixed enemies. Kind of point towards where the indicator arrow goes, and you don't get a chance for things. Last one. Well done. Good. Well, that's yeah. That was a really good. Man, for a jam game, there was a lot of content in that. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing I liked most about that game was had a ton of different combinations, ton of different weapons. Like there's kind of mind-boggling the amount of variations in it. One thing I'm trying to think of anything I would have changed. I mean, obviously the UI if it was a little bit less generic, but I mean, I wouldn't have changed that because if you spend more time on the UI, then you're taking away the different pieces in the actual game. So, yeah, theme, adrenaline. Or actually, let me go to the afterward. Press control to get 5,000 money instant. Oh, okay. There's a cheat there to pump it up. Yeah. So theme, adrenaline. I feel like it was there in the story, but I didn't really. Maybe I missed it. Let's see here. Shooter. Game's definitely not stupid. Really well done. Okay. Yes, I'm not sure. It felt like there was a lot of adrenaline from just playing the game. So I'd give it a three. Concept is pretty basic. I mean, there's a lot of bullet hell shooters out there, um, but the real key is the execution. So yeah, so it's a good, it's a decent concept, but the execution is what really sold it. Story story was, yeah, definitely a three. Good visuals were really good. I thought the bullets, specifically like the smoothness of all the bullets and how they all interact, and there was a visual cue for everything, was really good. Audio, probably I'd actually give it a two because I think not having just at least a little impact when you destroy the other ships, maybe it was really low and I just didn't hear it, but um, yeah, the an impact when you destroy an enemy would have really helped it out quite a bit. So I'll put that at a two. User experience, it's pretty solid. The only hiccup in the user experience was that I started to do. I didn't understand the drag and drop that you had to buy it first and then drag it, but that was pretty minimal. I figured that out pretty quick. So your experience was good. So yeah, overall I would say, just given the polish and how much content there was, I would give it a four, even though some of these are more like three. Just overall, I think it's a solid four. So yeah, really good game. All right, how many more do I have? I have two. Let's see what time it is. 9:47. I think I might hold off on the last two and do them tomorrow at some point. And the stream really good there for today. So thanks for stopping by, Kitsune, and yeah, good job on the game. Alice is I can't believe how many games it seems like every other game has Alice doing something in it. So kind of has tendrils almost everywhere, which is amazing. All right, better save that before I forget. Do it again. Yeah, call it quits.